Hi class, it's Miss Raymond. Today's lesson will be on citing to avoid plagiarism. Okay, so here's the worksheet. The goal is by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to cite information taken directly from Fahrenheit 451. Okay, so we're just going to review how to write an in-text citation, review citing of puzzle piece lessons and internet sources. And then after the live lesson, you will answer 2 questions. So you're learning this because you will be using MLA style in future classes. You want to give credit where credit is due. You would not want someone stealing your words and using them as your own. Okay? Okay, so why is plagiarism wrong? Because you are stealing someone else's work. Okay, you don't seem credible when you do that. And this applies to the job force as well, not just school. So for example, let's say you are an office manager and you're sending a memo out to your employees about office morale, and you find this great article on the internet about office morale, and you copy and paste it into your memo, and you don't quote it, you don't cite it, you don't give credit where credit is due, that is plagiarism, and you can lose your job over that. Okay? So a helpful link to learn how to cite and avoid plagiarism is this Purdue OWL. You will be hearing this a lot in your life. Purdue OWL, you go into it. All right, it's just really basic in-text citations. It's going to help you out a lot. Okay, so what is in-text? What does that mean? That means that an in-text citation is a citation within the text. So if you are writing a paper and you quote something in the paper and cite it, that is an in-text citation. In is the clue here. Okay, so out-of-text citation sort of would be the list of works cited. That's your works cited page. That's on your last page, and that's not an in-text citation. In-text citation is when you cite something within your paper. Okay, so here it is. So your words, some would further argue that it is ethically indefensible to, then the quotation, allow a scarce natural resource that is essential to human life, end quote. All right, and then your words again, to be privatized and sold bottle by bottle to the citizens of any country. So the author is Brick. Here's Jennifer Brick here, okay, and the page number is 37. That's all you're doing is putting the author and the page number. I'm going to help you with that. All right, so for example, all right, here's some examples from 451. Right now, I just want you to work on this because you're going to have some questions coming up next week about 451. So I want you to be able to cite this. So, a question from an English worksheet. What is the first line of the book? Okay, the first line of the book is, "It was a pleasure to burn." So you quote, "It was a pleasure to burn," because it's not your words. The author is Bradbury, for Ray Bradbury, and the page you found it on is page 1. Okay. Question from an English worksheet. What is the atmosphere Bradbury is showing when he describes the bedroom? An answer with an in-text citation. The atmosphere Bradbury is showing is a cold and lonely atmosphere that is equivalent to death. For example, the room is, quote, cold marbled room of a mausoleum, and the room was complete darkness. He equates and describes the room as a chamber to a tomb. The chamber, a tomb world. So here, because I have already mentioned the author, I don't need to mention him again here. Instead, I just put the page number. So I have mentioned Bradbury here, and I just put the page number where I found it. Mention Bradbury here, put the page number. All right. If you're listening to it on audio, just put Ray Bradbury and the link to the audio in parentheses for now. That's all I want you to do for now. When writing down information from the puzzle piece lessons, just put quotes around the information for now. And for now, if you're using website information, you must put quotes around it and the link where you retrieved it. Here's an example. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to answer the following 2 questions and use textual evidence, parts of the textbook, or part of the book, to support your answer. Remember to cite your textual evidence as shown above. You do not need to put a list of works cited. So, does Montag enjoy his job? Yes or no? What in the book tells you he does or does not? Write your answer here. Okay, and then the last question. All right. So read this carefully, and then you're going to answer all of these questions in one strong paragraph. Okay? If you have questions, let me know. Again, the full book can be found in the first puzzle piece lesson under February 20th, and the audio, there's a link to the audio there as well.